What's up, everybody? This is EchoLynx. Today we're going over the OSI Model Room from TryHackMe. Let's start with Task 1. What is the OSI Model? The OSI Model, Open Systems Interconnection, describes how devices communicate on a network. Think of it as the ideal model for one device talking to another. There are 7 layers, and you should also know encapsulation. Data gets wrapped with extra information at each layer. Picture those 2-cap medicine capsules. Layer 1 is the medication. Layer 2 is the first capsule. As you move up, you keep encapsulating and adding a bit more. In the other direction, each layer removes a bit as the information flows back. With that, answer the 3 questions at the bottom. What does OSI stand for? Open Systems. Interconnection. How many layers? 7. What's the term for adding information to data? Encapsulation. Read through and finish Task 1. Task 2 is Layer 1, the physical layer. Think ones and zeros, the bits and bytes actually sent over media like Ethernet cables. Binary, those ones and zeros, rides the wire. If you're wireless, you're not using an Ethernet cable, but that's beyond this task. Read and answer. What is the name of this layer? Physical. What is the name of the numbering system that is both zeros and ones? Binary. What is the name of the cables that are used to connect devices? Ethernet cables. Task 2 done. Layer 1. Then Task 3 is Layer 2, the data link layer. Think MAC address. It takes the packet with its IP and adds the MAC address. A MAC address is a unique identifier burned into a device's network interface card, NIC. The NIC is the piece of hardware, your Ethernet port or Wi-Fi chip that actually lets a device join the network. Every NIC has a unique MAC address, like a name tag. When data moves around the local network, switches look at the destination MAC on each frame, the Layer 2 envelope, and deliver it to the one device that owns that MAC, so the frame reaches the exact device it was meant for. Answer the questions. What is the name of this layer? The layer is data link. What is the name of the piece of hardware that all networked devices come with? The hardware all networked devices have is a network interface card. Then, Task 4, Layer 3, the network layer. When you see this layer, think about routing and reassembly. This is where packets move across networks to their destination and get grouped into larger chunks. Protocols here include OSPF, Open Shortest Path First, and RIP, Routing Information Protocol. Both of those have to do with routing and how you would send data over the internet or over multiple networks to the destination. So yeah, it's a pretty cool and important layer, pretty straightforward. One other thing to note about this layer deals with IP addresses. So everything they're doing at this layer 3, this network layer, you're talking IP addresses, and this is going to be doing routing. So read that, and let's do the questions. Questions. What is the name of this layer? It is network. Will packets take the most optimal route across a network? Yes. What does the acronym OSPF stand for? OSPF stands for Open Shortest Path First. What does the acronym RIP stand for? RIP stands for Routing Information Protocol. What type of addresses are dealt with at this layer? IP addresses. Task 5 is Layer 4, the transport layer. Think TCP and UDP. TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, focuses on accuracy and order. It synchronizes devices, labels packets, confirms delivery, and reassembles data in the right order. That reliability makes it slower. UDP is the speedy sibling. It doesn't maintain a continuous connection or guarantee delivery. It just sends as fast as possible. If a packet gets lost, it doesn't retry, so the result can be imperfect, but fast. Example, sending a picture of a cat in 3 packets. With TCP, all 3 arrive and reassemble correctly. With UDP, packet 2 might be missing, so the cat is incomplete, but the stream continues smoothly. Use cases. UDP for video calls and live streams where minor loss is fine. TCP for things like email, where accuracy matters. Answer the questions. What is the name of this layer? It is transport. What does TCP stand for? TCP is Transmission Control Protocol. What does UDP stand for? UDP is User Datagram Protocol. What protocol guarantees the accuracy of data? TCP. What protocol doesn't care if data is received or not by the other device? UDP. What protocol would an application such as an email client use? TCP because accuracy matter. What protocol would an application that downloads files use? TCP, since missing chunks break the file and require a re-download. What protocol would an application that streams video use? UDP, because it's real-time and prioritizes speed over perfection. Once done, you're finished with Task 5 transport, and you can move to Task 6, the session layer. It starts sessions, ends them, and keeps two computers synchronized. Once a connection is established, a session is created. While the connection is active, the session is active. Answer the questions. What is the name of this layer? Session. What is the technical term for when a connection is successfully established? Session. The small chunk of data we'll keep mentioning is a packet. There's another room on packets and frames later. Finish those and you're done with Task 6, Layer 5, Session Layer. Task 7, Layer 6, the Presentation Layer. Think about a translator. It converts data from Layer 5 into something usable for Layer 7 and the reverse when data flows down. That's enough for this room. If you want more, look it up after. Don't forget the questions. What is the name of this layer? Presentation layer. What is the main purpose that this layer acts as? Translator. Then Task 8, Layer 7, the application. When you think about Layer 7, think GUI, Graphical User Interface. This is an entry-level room, so you don't need deep mastery. Just map Layer 7 to what users interact with. A file manager window is a GUI for a file system. Your email web page is a GUI for email. Read, answer the questions. What is the name of this layer? The layer is application. What is the technical term that is given to the name of the software that users interact with? Is the graphical user interface. Then on to Task 9. 9 is a game to help you remember the OSI layers. Start at Layer 1 and go up. Physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, application. You'll get a flag. Copy it, paste it at the bottom, submit the answer. Then Task 10. Continue your learning with packets and frames. I have a video on that room as well.